Hey Brickmaniacs, welcome back to another Friday Sit Rep. We have another excellent rundown for you ready heading into the weekend here. One quick thing I want to mention though before we get started, we do also have 3 different flesh tone variants versions of our standalone fast helmet minifig heads available this week as well. We didn't get a chance to cover those on the Sit Rep, but they are online and included in that email, so make sure you're signed up for that. Because who doesn't want minifig heads to go with the new awesome standalone fast helmets that we've released as well? So now we can finally bring that combination together, and yes, we are continuing to roll out more colors in all of our 3D printed elements as well, so stay tuned for more developments there. Otherwise, let's jump on in, take a closer look at what's new on brickmania.com. When you have an aircraft this big in the design room, there was only one check-in we were going to be doing this week, and that is with the Betty. So we've got Mary, our project manager, taking a closer look at this plain bricks build. Well, it's big. you can see that much, but what else do we got going on here in this build?
All right, this is an awesome build. There is so much going on, partially just because it's like a massive plane, so of course there's going to be so much going on, but also just because it's a really like well thought out build. I think one of the most impressive things is the wings and the technique that he used to get this angle and all of the different, like the leading edge here and all the like flaps in the back. It's a little bit disconnected. I honestly, like when building it, I think it's super impressive and also very satisfying to have all of this beautiful dark green on it.
Yeah, no kidding. That is impressive that you made it work in the color scheme. Well done.
Yeah, like someone commented on Instagram, it's like, how many 1x2 dark green tiles are there? And it's like, there's 0 because, you know, there's like,
because that's not a thing. Yeah,
but
right.
It's like, the fact that it's like, there are like limited pieces and it still looks this good is very impressive.
Well done, Jonah.
Well done. So this one comes with one figure, but it fits many more. So this whole, take a look as it is now, because I'm going to rip off the roof.
All right, yes. And you will have the option to add on those crewmen in the pre-order if you'd like to.
Yeah, so this roof comes off.
We love accessible fuselages. That's awesome.
This whole thing comes off, and there's a whole bunch of room, so you could fit those 6 and more if you wanted. And there's 3 different machine guns that you can place. You can remove these windows.
Oh, we've got some configurations.
And then you can like place the machine gun out there. And then there's a seat for another minifig back there. There's 3 in the cockpit, which you also can like take that off if you want to access that. We're getting awesome cockpit printed details. And then we already have some of this. These are the only 2. Oh, there's stickers on the underneath too. So it's like just these 4 stickers, and then it's everything else is printed. So we've got roundels on top. We've got windows on the front because this is like this glass actually extends a little bit farther back. Which is like there's the glass on the front and on the back, which I'm just gonna maneuver this.
Oh yeah, check that
out.
But
it's like both of those, and like with the guns coming out of it, crazy. This entire plane's crazy. And then in addition to the like machine guns, so right now it's loaded up with just the smaller bombs, I guess you could call them that. But then you can remove those and then place the torpedo, which I have on there.
It's all good, we got it.
It's like, how do I? So there's just so much going on. Landing gear is retractable. You can close the bomb bay doors. You can close the landing gear doors, propellers, spin, all that good stuff. So good. Definitely
one impressive build, and to be totally honest, we haven't had a Japanese bomber like this in the lineup in forever, and especially to have it come through in this dark green, like you were saying, a very, very impressive build, and now available on pre-order. Mary, thanks for checking in. All right, back into the studio, taking a little closer look at the M2A4 Stewart designed by Comrade Katia, this one for the United States Marines in Guadalcanal. So a nice little build here, some significant differences from the previous ones. Obviously, some of that has to do with design preferences, and some of that has to do with it being just kind of a different era of this tank. So there are some cool details here. You can see we open this back part up, and you can see we've got a little bit of the engine rocking in there. So there's some cool features even on this prototype build. We'll have some printing and does include a Marine Corps tanker as well. So make sure to check out those renders on the website for more information there. I don't think this thing has enough machine guns on it. 5. That's just absurd, but awesome at the same time. Cool to see that all loaded up with this as well. Interesting techniques here on the front. As you can see, the sloping kind of does have that separation. But you can see we've got those viewports integrated really nicely there as well. So good job, Katya, on adding some of those brick built details there as well. I'm not 100% sure what we have going on this one when it actually comes to printing and whatnot, but I can tell from the build itself, it's a really nice, solid little build, and kind of one that's just been missing from our mock builders inventory here for a while. There just hasn't been a solid U.S. Marine Corps Stewart, or Sherman for that matter, that you could put in any of your Pacific mocks for quite a while. Nice to see this back as an updated build for people who have been waiting to expand their Pacific mocks or just have a little bit more representation from that era. Showing off some of the techniques on the suspension and chassis here. You can see we got some moving parts, but all in all, if you're moving it around, it's nice and solid. Rolls well on my hand anyways. These boxes are always kind of tough to check on. So some nice little details there. Looks like we can fold that up and down, open the hatch on the top. My fingers are not capable of opening hatches that easily, so I just popped it on open there, and you can see you got plenty of room for your commander. Everything rotates like it should. Some fun extra greebles. All in all, pretty solid little kit. All right, and last up for our reviews here, we have the Korean War Chinese Infantry, designed by Lando here. This does feature the first ever mashup between Brickmania's Perfect Caliber prints and Brick Arms Reloaded Overmolded for this Papa-Shaw here with that stick mag. So some pretty incredible details there, not to mention the fact that, you can always kind of see a seam depending on the Perfect Caliber, what the base color of the brick arms was printed on. Sometimes there's a little spot at the front there, or kind of on the back. You can see where some of that printing on that two-sided run will kind of show through where the details end. There is no end to the beautiful details and coloration on this weapon, which is just absolutely fantastic. So definitely one of the highlighted pieces of this kit is just how beautiful that Perfect Caliber overmolded reloaded brick arms looks. So really, really well done by Slam there. And then if we're taking a look at the figure, I know that one of the things that everybody was commenting about when Landon first released the artwork kind of tease on Instagram, where they were like, well, if you're doing a stick mag, how come he's got a drum mag pouch? Well, from what I understand, it was a complete jumble even trying to make a generic infantryman for this era in the Chinese infantry was just not really possible in the volunteer army, because it just was a lot of different. He'd literally be lucky to even have ammo at this point. You know what I mean? So whatever the patches or whatever the pouches are, I think the thought behind here was that you're starting with that stick mag for your ultimate assault, kind of seeing how things go, and then if S hits the fan, then you're pretty much falling back on that drum mag there. So that's kind of the thought behind the creation of that artwork there. When it comes to what was going on in our designer's head. And I think that's kind of a cool story, cool little combination there. So, and this is definitely an ultra premium figure. You can see the artwork on the front there looking really, really sharp, nice and clean line work. Checking out the underarms, fairly simple artwork there on the sides. And then on the back, you can see we've got a canteen and some other stuff going on there. We are going to have Landon in studio at some point here to go over the entire rundown of the minifigs from the Korean War, because this monthly theme definitely deserves a more thorough breakdown of everything that is included in all of these, not to mention the amount of research that goes into the creation of each one of these minifigures as well. But there you have it, a look at this week's standalone minifigure available right now. All right, that'll just about do it for me here on a Friday. One thing I do want to mention though before we go, we are still doing retail specific promotions every single week for our retail stores. So if you are close to one of our stores or frequent it regularly, make sure you're signed up for that, because like this week was buy one, get one 50% off on all track links at all of our retail locations. So that goes through next Thursday. If you swing by any of the stores, pick up a pack of track links, you get another one for 50% off of your choice. So pretty cool little addition there. Those deals literally happen every single Friday, even the weeks that we're not having sales on the website itself. So make sure if you're near one of the stores that you're signed up and in the know there, because there's some awesome retail exclusive savings for you guys to take advantage of. Otherwise, that will do it for me here on a Friday. Thank you very much for watching.